I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak at the moment. Just another day. Just another day. What is the point if we're a zombie? What is the point if we're a zombie? My problem at the moment, I woke up and I had to be out the door within an hour. Yeah, just an hour from the moment I woke up. Not a big deal. I could wake up and be out the door in 15 minutes at one age. And that's my problem. That's my only problem. It's not worth living if you can get yourself out the door in 15 minutes. It is not worth being alive if you can get yourself from the moment you wake up out of the door in 15 minutes or an hour. Unless you've been doing serious hard work. And after being there, taking all day to get out the door sometimes, wake up, it takes a whole day. And you commit to that as sanity. And maybe after a few months, you're up and ready in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and you're out the door in 2.5 hours. But when we leave home in that scenario, we're leaving home with our minds, our bodies and our hearts. Good things to take out with us, no? I've made the intention to stop the sarcasm. I'm autistic, and when I get depressed, I venture into humour. I don't do humour. Only when I'm depressed, really, really depressed, really, really pissed off with life. I've realised it comes out as sarcasm, but I'm autistic. I'm beyond my life at the moment. I don't have my mind, my body or my heart. And I'm venturing into sarcasm. If my mind, my body and my heart are present, I don't venture into sarcasm. So I'll let you wonder where I am on the spectrum of autism for me to be able to do that. But it's not appropriate. I need to stop it. It's not healthy. I have real problems with human beings in this world, at least in London. I imagine most of Africa. When I see Africans on the news, they don't look in their head like these sick Europeans I live with. No, they've still got their minds and bodies and hearts. But here in London, I have to apply a serious amount of work to keep myself sane. It's really weird. I've been struggling Well, no, I've been struggling for years keeping myself clean. But for some strange reason, just 2025, London developed nose. Yeah, London developed nose in 2025. And they can all smell how bad I smell. And now in 2025, just because the people have developed nose, they haven't had a nose before then. They haven't had a nose before. I've been walking around like this for years. And this year everybody's been giving me a problem. So people do not know their bodies. And all of a sudden, what they thought was their sense of smell, because they apply nothing different, and because it happens to everyone all at the same time, they don't realise that your sense of smell was like a human a few weeks ago, to what a human was meant to be. And all of a sudden, you've developed canine capabilities in smell. Superpower levels of sense return and go from us all the time. But because we're okay to operate at a ridiculous level, and all of a sudden it's just I really smelt those flowers. I really smelt that homeless man. He must be homeless if he smells that bad, walking past us on the street. Just the whiff, just the right moment, the right angle, the right gust of breeze, and that's the reason. But no, you can do what you want. I am categorically telling you, here in London, in 2025, London developed a nose. It hasn't had a nose before then. And unfortunately, because the people don't have a mind, a heart, and a body, all connected, they treat people like shit when they don't even understand what's going on inside their own body. Oh, it's my fault, is it, that you smell? Is basically what I'm trying to tell everybody. But I'm Gabriel. I have paranoid schizophrenia. Most people don't. And weird stuff happens to people like this with schizophrenia. Their senses just magically come and go. That's what I've experienced. So as a result, I apply a ridiculous amount of effort to those basic things. And in that effort, I realise, yeah, I'm broken. I'm absolutely broken when it comes to my 5 senses. But when I put them together, my 5 senses, and have a little think about it, I just cannot help bang my head against the wall that, God, if I've got a problem, everybody's got a problem. Everybody's got a problem with their senses, not just people with a mental health disorder. In fact, if you have a mental health disorder which says you have a problem with your senses, you instantly are above most people, because you know you've got a problem with your senses and you have a choice. Apply a shed ton of effort to resolve it as much as you can, or just accept it. because you're corrupted with your mental health disorder, if it ever comes into question, you're at fault. So you do what you want with it. You sweep it under the rug. No, I'm the one with the mental health disorder. I'm the one that's wrong here. I know my senses lie to me. And all the people out there don't have a mental health disorder. So that means they don't have a problem with their senses, doesn't it? Yeah? Well, how are we going to figure this one out? How are we going to figure this one out? How are we going to figure out that another person just cannot sense accurately? What's a big, big giveaway? If when they're talking to you, for whatever reason, they treat you any differently than a living fucking God. A living God, because that's what every human being is. A living fucking God. If they treat you any differently than a living fucking God, there is something not quite wired correctly between their head, their heart, and their bodies. Their head, their heart, and their bodies. And Gabriel can't believe it at the moment. People don't have them. And whatever normally patches them together, whatever gaffer tape or glue they put on, that occasionally gives them a smile, that occasionally makes them say the right compassionate thing to a nobody, What is the point of being human if we're only there for somebody's? And how is somebody defined by a human being that doesn't know themselves, that doesn't know they can't sense? By the collective. By the collective. So the collective says this guy is a somebody because they have money, because they have a house, because they do this, because they work there, because they drive a Lamborghini. You spend £250,000 on a Lamborghini, on a car, on anything but a house, you must be a somebody. Yeah, long story. Gabriel can half relate to that. And, well, he's definitely not a somebody. I'll tell you the story one day. Oh, I haven't been here. I haven't been on the planet for about, a good couple of months. Ever since I did the fast track to paradise. My life has fallen apart. The fast track to paradise and my life falls apart. And what I deleted on day 13 and 14 of the fast track to paradise was the very way I managed to live, to be able to see these things, to notice these things in people, in myself, in the world, and in my reality. It's obvious. I don't need to be here. I'm barely alive. I'm fighting for my life. And I have been for ever since whenever I made the fast track to paradise. Yet, not being here, knowing to myself I don't have a heart, I don't have a mind and I don't have a body right now in the present moment. I'm still qualified enough to make this assumption and assessment upon the collective. Because I know that. I know today I left the house within an hour. Really and truly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm so ill at the moment, and I know I'm so ill at the moment. I had no chance in getting ready and awake by 5 o'clock today, and I needed to be somewhere by a certain time. So I thought, sod it, I'll rush it today. I have to go out Saturdays. Saturdays are the one day a week I have to go out. So I'm going to go out. And I did make a mistake. My iPad, my electrics, on the general are again misbehaving. And well, my iPad that was working, the first one's died, and the second one is in the repair shop. And he wants me to go there to explain something to me. And I called him yesterday. Yeah. And the more I think about it, the more that this guy doesn't really want to do the job. Good guy. I like this guy. I don't want to lose this guy. The last guy who tried to repair my iPad and rip me off gave me lots to think about. And I realised for the first time in my life, as a final assessment after about a week or two of madness, I realised that the problem to that situation was I am autistic. And on top of me having to realise that it's my autism that's the problem, which I know in the first instance always, I then had to, after replaying the situation over and 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 over because it was that messed up, I realised that this man in the shop, who was older than me, was also autistic. And as a result of one autistic person, and as a result of another person, this person obviously didn't know he was autistic. This person knows he's autistic. He knows it affects him sometimes. Me, I know I'm autistic, and it affects me sometimes when I don't have my physical body and rest. And as a result of not having my physical body, my mind isn't working, and as a result, my heart might as well not be there to just run on heart. You don't need to think with heart. Just be a good person, smile. It's all about love, and that's it. But none of this was working with this guy. And I realised the problem was I'm autistic. I realised this person is autistic. And between us, we were never going to be able to communicate. What is the point of autism in society if it's so poorly understood, poorly explained, when someone is so obviously autistic? Obviously autistic. And he's running a business. And obviously his autism is affecting his business. But he really cares about his customers. Believe me, I really had to think, and I said the words that helped me find out the truth here. How on earth is it possible for someone to care about their customers and just not seemingly give any effort to communicating to them, to reaching them on their level. I'm the customer. And I realise he's autistic. And he's beating himself up, really cares about his customers. But due to his autism, he can't do it. And he's shooting himself in the leg on a daily basis when what he needs is, hey, whatever your name is, this is the National Health Service of England. You've got autism. What's that? What's that? I still don't know. Nobody's told me. Whatever autism is, you have it, and it affects your ability to communicate. Problem if you've got a business. Something to think about if you've got a business. But instead, he really cares about his customers, and he gives all of his effort every day to his customers. Yet he doesn't know that because of his limitations, he's really not doing a thing. It actually looks like I don't care about my customers. And that's serious, isn't it? You're living your life for a business. And on one hand, you're saying, I care about my customers. I don't want my customers to go away. But the seriousness is, your condition makes your customers go away. You are that bad as a result. That was the last guy. This guy doesn't have autism. Really, really clear energy. I really, really appreciated it after the last one. And I pushed myself to go down there today, so it's a little bit further away since I can't go to the local one. It's only 10-15 minutes and I was halfway there anyway with where I needed to go. So really not a massive journey. For me at the moment, I know that's off the cards with a sane mind for a few months. So I know that if I'm going to have to go there, which I will, within that time frame, I'm out of my mind insane. And for that reason, I am deadly focused when I leave the house to say, I have my smokes, I have everything I need. I know the journey. I'm going to have to walk around the corner, jump on the bus. As soon as I get off the bus at the other side, which is 10-15 minutes away, it's about a 1-minute walk to the shop. And if it's busy, I just stand there outside and wait. I deal with that and I come straight back the same way. But he was adamant that I needed to go there today. Couldn't be done over the phone. Couldn't be done over the phone. And I went there and he explains the situation, and I never question anybody in the moment because I don't have the presence. I don't have my mind, my body and my heart. I'm basically dancing, trying my best to take in words, and whatever words come out in response, that's my present moment. When I began the fast track to paradise, that wasn't the case. Or I had just gotten over the last time. It was something like that. I'd just gotten over the last time. Where I couldn't communicate. And I didn't have power. I didn't have power over being able to clarify something in the moment when I needed to. So I listen and I understand in the moment. And today I went there and I returned with one of the iPads. And I started to replay what he said to me over and over. And it's something else. something else. In other words, what he said to me wasn't enough for me to take one of the iPads back from my original request to have them repaired. So what is it with people? This guy, real clean energy. I don't like people. I'm really, really sensitive to people at the moment. It's like they give me hives. I just bump into someone, I come up in a rash. I'm that sensitive. So for me to say this guy has a clean energy is really something. It counts for loads. But he's not able to communicate. I came away and the information that he gave me was a load of shit. It didn't justify this one bin for the bin, which is what he was trying to say. That I understood. Chuck this one in the bin. And that's not what Gabriel wanted. Gabriel was very clear with what he wanted. So what do I have to do now? Because where I wasn't fully aware of my senses, where my mind is, where my emotions are. And by the time I got off the bus the other side on the way back, round the corner from my home, I basically had enough. I exploded. I started screaming in the street, effing and blinding. Who at? Just the situation of what I'm being asked to live. It's inhuman. But all the people I'm interacting with are even worse than me. And because they have a job and can buy nice clothes and clean themselves when they don't understand what they're doing. Not for health, no, for hygiene. Hygiene first, forget my health, F my health. How on earth, Gabriel, how on earth can cleaning yourself be unhealthy now? That's what I'm saying. It's okay. It's called paranoid schizophrenia. If you have any problem in hearing what I just said, paranoid schizophrenia. He's a paranoid schizophrenic. He's got issues. I've had enough. So. How do we finish this live stream today? I've seen a few people. They log in, log off, log in, log off on the numbers. They log in and they realise, no, something isn't right about this picture. Something isn't correct. He's not human enough. And I get it. I get it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's so simple, innit? A few simple things. Just to realise what it takes for a human body in the first instance to live and structure life around it accordingly. We've got the internet now, we've got AI now. Surely they must be able to tell us. And we don't need to continue this suffering anymore. But no, that's never going to happen, is it? It's never going to happen. And as a result of that never gonna happen, what it looks like, instead of something that's a really simple fix, just sit down. Everybody just sit down. Everybody just sit down. The simple fix. Get up less. Avoid the gym for your life. I've got myself a present where I'm unhealthy at the moment, and I'm worried about going outside for smoking breaks and getting enough oxygen over winter where it's cold, and I've had a problem with hot and cold since 2016, almost 10 years. It's really taken its toll on me, and where I'm half dead over as a result of the past few months, I know I've got a lot of work before I'm on top of that. So I got one of those treadmills without the top bit. You just walk on it. You wouldn't really want to run on that. I'm intending to just walk inside over winter. But yeah, I've got to tell people, we all wash too much. I've got to tell people, we all do too much exercise, and someone else logged off on that information. We do too much exercise. We do too much. We push ourselves. And what's the worst that happens, Gabriel? Come on. What's the worst that can happen? Everybody's doing it. Healthcare hasn't been this good ever. We're living longer and longer. We're richer and richer. Bigger and bigger houses, more and more mod cons. It's all too much. It's all too much, because the truth is, it's not about what will get worse. It's about what could be better. And I'll let you decide on this little better. How much is this worth? How much is this better worth? If we exercise less, we do less, we sleep less, we eat less. It all sounds a lot less, innit? But we wash less. And we don't die. And we just don't die this way. We don't die this way. We don't die this way. So however much you want to keep saying your way keeps getting better, until that's removed, it ain't better. And for that reason, what my simple fix, we just stop and sit down a bit more. Wash less, eat less, sleep less. Solution does, the simple solution. If it's ignored, what does it make? Night of the living zombie, isn't it? Night of the living zombie. Because the zombie is dead. The zombie is dead, and that life has a shelf-by date. Whereas the simple solution goes on and on and on. Doesn't look like a zombie movie, that one. What zombie movie goes on forever? None. Someone, the lead character, who's fighting all the zombies would get it if it went on forever, wouldn't he? So that's not a zombie movie. The zombie movie is the one that stops. If we're living a life that is dead and destined for death, we're living dead. Who is Gabriel angry at? Who is Gabriel annoyed at? Oh, Gabriel's annoyed at somebody, yeah. I've got to share this one, but not today because, as you can tell, I'm very depressed and down. And that subject, what I need to talk about there, is so serious I can't be depressed or down at that moment. But essentially, I'll refer back to this video. I've been bullied by some people for too long. And like I said before, I'm one of the few people alive that is able to go around, look at the world and making a final collective conclusion upon them. And for anybody else going through what I've gone through, they'd be scared and alone, and they'd never have gotten to the stage that I've gotten to. But the stage that I've gotten to is to turn around now and come out openly to the world, to my channel. I'm going to tell the relevant services that, hey, Gabriel's been bullied by a group of people for too long now. He had to take the pain, take the punches on the chin, because that's the journey to be able to turn around and call the world mad. You have to take the punches first. You have to be the madman first. Accept it all. Then when you can see clearly enough that it's not you, in that moment, that's all that changes. Hey, why are you punching me? I don't deserve this. Well, on some level, if it's a group of people, that's what happens psychologically. Real cruel, innit? Real cruel. It makes the human being doubt themselves enough to say, I'm not the madman. There's nothing wrong with me, and I didn't deserve any of that. Superpower. I can tell when reality is broken. Just takes a few thousand punches in the face from reality to know it's broken a specific way. But that's the point. That's the point. It's a mad journey, this. Absolutely mad. So I'm absolutely cast iron guaranteed mad. There's no way in hell I'm going to come out of this journey, turn around, explain to someone what I've gone through in my journey, and then for them to actually believe on any level that I'm sane in my head. My life dictates madness. But one of the few things I can do is still hold enough consciousness and wisdom in each moment, most moments, to see where shit's at. And nobody else can do that. Nobody else can do that. the point is, if you're somebody who's got your head on your shoulders, and I just said what I said, you're going to say, well, I'm never going to do that, Gabriel.